Hi everyone, my name is attorney Shadi Shaffer and I'm from the Asset Protection and Elder Law Center. Our #1 passion is to educate and motivate each and every individual to get their estate plan in place now, before it's too late. Okay, so for today I'm actually going to focus on minor children. So parents with children, you want to definitely tune in. This is really important. All my life I've been very passionate about children, but 5.5 months ago I finally had my own child, and now more than ever I'm even more passionate and more serious about making sure each and every child is properly protected. So parents, it is your duty that you make sure that you've got the proper legal documents in place to protect your children, minor children specifically. So what is it that you need to protect your children properly? First and foremost, you need to each have a will where you actually have designated the legal guardian of each minor children. So each child under the age of 18 needs to have a legal guardian appointed by his or her parent, so that God forbid something happens to you guys, to either parent, then what happens is that legal guardian can step in and basically care for that child as a parent would. And this document is an important legal document and is something that protects the child. Now, what happens when a child does not have a legal guardian appointed and selected through the will? Well, what happens is it creates a lot of trouble. In fact, one of the things that can happen is Child Protective Services can step in to protect the child and make sure that the proper individual has the authority to take care of the child. So what do I mean by that? Basically, the government, the state of California says, you know what, parents, if you didn't go through the time and the effort to protect your children and appoint the legal guardian, if you did not tell us in advance who can basically be the guardian and caretaker of your children, then what we have to do is go through a proper legal court proceeding called guardianship, and we'll have to actually appoint a guardian for that child. Now, it doesn't mean that it's a stranger. Many times it could be a family member, it could be a grandparent, it could be a sibling. But the problem here is that there's this time in which this guardian proceeding takes in the court system, which is not, it doesn't ever happen overnight. And what the court definitely wants to do is say, okay, grandma, grandpa, who are you? Where do you live? Are you child worthy? You know, they want to make sure this person's not someone that's a drug abuser, a child abuser, has some kind of criminal record of some kind. So they have to make sure that they oversee the process and make sure the child is protected properly. So parents, it's really important that you actually go through the process and appoint who you want to care for your child. And not only that, but actually leave instructions as to how you want that child to be cared for. Many times what happens is Child Protective Services can step in, take the children actually, in order to make sure they are properly protected. So it's not, you know, in any way to harm the child. Child Protective Services could step in basically to protect the child from random people coming in and, you know, taking the child. So it's a way of protecting our children in our community. So parents with minor children, make sure you have a will that designates the guardianship and the guardians of your children. That is more important than anything. I cannot stress that more now that I'm a mom. So parents, please make sure you go out and get your estate plan in place. You owe it to your child to protect them from the unknowns of the world. I'm Shadi Shaffer from the Asset Protection and Elder Law Center. Thank you for listening.